Welcome to Magda, Brazen Outlaw, and we're playing against Tribal Kai. Alright, got mono green versus mono red. Let's have some fun. As far as opening hand goes, this is pretty. I like it. We've got 3 lands in the hand. We have Dockside Extortionist. I know our opponent's going to have some sort of enchantments or artifacts over there. We've got 7 Dwarves. We got Cultivator's Caravan, and we do have Masswood Nexus in our hand. So that should be pretty good. And our opponent's on the play, so we'll let them get this started. But yes, if you don't know, Tribal Kai, be sure to check their channel out. They play Commnader too. So if you're looking for a Commander fix, hey, hit them up. And also with the EDH Lounge, it's in the works. It's going. We'll talk about that here in a second, especially with Tribal over there. So, all right, so let's go and lead off with Mountain, and then anything else. Let's go ahead and pass the turn over to our opponent. Click OK. Yeah, there's nothing else we need to do that. We can just click through the turn. We're playing Magda, Brazen Outlaw. Other dwarfs you control get +1/+0. Then whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, create a treasure token. Then for an activated ability, sacrifice 5 treasure tokens. Search your library for an artifact or a dragon card. Put that card onto the battlefield. Then shuffle your library. Playing against Vorinclex, Trample and Haste. If you put 1 or more counters on a permanent or a player, put twice. That means, I'm not gonna. We're going to roll the stop sign on Vorinclex. I haven't read Vorinclex in a minute. Put twice that many of each of those kinds of counters on that permanent or player instead. If an opponent would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, they put half that many counters, player, permanent instead, rounded down, carry the nearest number. There we go. They get double, we get half. There we go. All right, so let's lead off with Mountain. And I think at this point, we go 7 Dwarfs into Magda. I don't like that. Let's do it. All right, so let's get 7 Dwarfs on the battlefield, and then anything else pass the turn over to our opponent. So we did cover both commanders. Give a quick shout out to our sponsors, TCG Player. If you go to bit.ly/JoltMTG, that's going to apply my affiliate link. So next time you're looking for some paper cards, hey, please consider using that link. It costs you nothing, and it goes to help support the channel at the same time. So if you use it, much obliged. Also, let's give a quick shout out to MTGOTraders. If you want to play the brand new set online, they've got you covered for all of your card supply needs. Also, let's give a quick shout out to inkgaming.com. If you're looking for some propane accessories, they don't have them, but boy, do they have gaming accessories at 10% off. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So there we go. Let's make the land drop for the turn. Yeah, and I like this. So we go Magda. Yeah, this is going to be good. All right, so we swing in with 7 Dwarfs. There's a little elf over there, but it's Dwarf versus Elves. If you never played Dwarf Fortress, Dwarves hate Elves. And so I can't help but just imagine the hatred that 7 Dwarfs has for the Wood Elves over there. All right, swinging in for a 3/2, puts them down to 27. Yeah, and I think we just still end up going Dwarven Soldier. Yeah, I kind of like that. I mean, because we've got Dockside Extortionist, so we can get that going. All right, anything else? Pass the turn over to our opponent. So now what are we doing with Magda? We have no dragons in here. I know I covered it at the beginning of the game, but we have no dragons. This is kind of, I hesitate to call it a combo deck. It's just more of a overwhelming value deck. In our overwhelming value line of play, oh goodness, Trample and Haste. We've got Vorinclex on the battlefield, so we've got some stuff to do on our side. We got to get some stuff moving. Now, if they do decide to swing in, that's good, because we can get the treasure tokens. And we got like a 4-turn clock with this, so we can make something work. Yeah, because we got to be careful with Masswood Nexus, to be perfectly honest. All right, so let's make the land drop. That's going to be Homeward Path. So we swing in for 6. It's going to drop them down to 21. Yeah, let's do this first. So let's go and push in with the crew. We're going to hold up Magda, because we don't want to swing into Wood Elves. So we've got 3/1. 3/2 and a 3/1 swinging across. It's going to give us 2 treasure tokens. And what we're probably going to do on this one is just let Vorinclex just kind of trample around on the battlefield until we get some more stuff set up. Because one of the things we might want to grab is going to be Coat of Arms. All right, so we're going to see Wood Elves block on the Dwarven, Soldier. I keep thinking it's like Dwarven Scholar because it totally does not look like a soldier. All right, so we get those treasure tokens. So we got Cultivator's Caravan. That's going to allow us to tap down Magda to get an extra token. And then Dockside. I think we're good with that. All right, so let's go Cultivator's Caravan. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. Let's go Cultivator's Caravan. Oh, we actually can't crew that up just yet. So, and actually we can do this. So let's go Paradise Mantle. Let's equip it onto Magda. That's going to be 1 mana. And then we can still tap down Cultivator's Caravan and Yeah, there we go. And that'll give us an extra treasure token, because that's kind of what we're digging for right now. I guess we could wait on Dockside Extortionist. We could leave up Thrill of Possibility. I think we might do that. Let's do that. Let's just pass the turn, because we've got Thrill of Possibility. We kind of need to get some card draw going. We could go Dockside Extortionist to get one treasure token on the battlefield, but I don't feel like it's that crucial to do that right now. So we'll go for Thrill of Possibility. One thing that we're probably going to do is discard Masswood next. We might discard Dockside. Just kind of depends on how this turn plays out, if they have more artifacts or enchantments. But one of the things that we're trying to grab with this deck is, here's the value line of play that I was describing. We've got Genesis Chamber, so we can start to really get a lot of those mirror tokens on the battlefield as we cast our dwarfs. After that, we go for Masswood Nexus. That turns all of our creatures into dwarfs. Then we can grab something like Cloudstone Curio. We can start bouncing some of the stuff back to our hand, getting those extra creatures out there, and really start developing a ton of creatures. You want to get as many dwarfs on the battlefield as possible. So once that does happen, we grab something like Telethopter, which is a 4-mana creature that has a tap ability, or activated ability. Tap a creature, it gains flying until end of turn. One of the good things about that is it allows us to just tap down all of our creatures. So that basically frees us up to essentially tap down our entire board state, get treasure tokens, and start grabbing stuff like Coat of Arms, Throne of the God Pharaoh, whatever that may be. That's what we're going for. So let's see what this Reclamation Sage is going to target. They're going to target Paradise Mantle. So let's go and add 1 red mana to our mana pool. And this is, oh, look at that. We're going to get an extra treasure token too for our troubles. Oh, I dig it. So they pop that. And then let's go Thrill of Possibility at their, well, we'll see what else they got. That's going to be Prowling Serpapod. So let's go Thrill of Possibility. And we'll tap down Cultivator's Caravan. And we'll discard, yeah, at this point, we're just going to get rid of Dockside, because we might be able to make Masswood Nexus work. Okay, so 2 mountains, not exactly what we want to see. And we're still okay. We're looking at 10, 12 coming across next turn. That does put us down to 6. So we can still do some stuff. Let's see what we draw into. At the very least, we've got a couple different, oh yeah, I like that. So we go in Survivor's Encampment. And if we want, we can just crew up the entire vehicle. We can use Cultivator's Caravan to tap down our 2 creatures, get a few extra dwarfs on the a few extra treasure tokens. That'll be 2. And that'll be a 5/5. And then we can still just end up going for that activation on our opponent's turn. Yeah, let's do this. So let's tap down Magda. This is going to give us an extra treasure token. And let's go for Masswood Nexus. Okay, so we got Masswood Nexus on the battlefield. So let's do this. Let's just kind of see what our opponent rolls out for their turn, and then we'll kind of decide how we would end up going for Magda or not. So at this point, the things that we can grab, we've got different ways to tap down our creatures. We can grab Coat of Arms, but with us having Masswood Nexus on the battlefield, that kind of does slow our roll just a little bit. All right, so we've got the entire crew swinging in. That's going to be 12. That will put us down to 6. I still think we end up taking it on this one. Let's go for the crew on 7 dwarves. Make sure we're doing that right. So we're going to go crew for 3, tap down 7 dwarves, click OK. That's going to give us a treasure token. And that's going to give us a 5/5. Sitting at 6/5 because we've got Masswood on the battlefield. And I think what we'll end up doing is simply just trading with Prowling Serpapod. So we're going to go to the block step. Let's block on Prowling Serpapod. It's going to be 6/5. It's still going to stick around. And that'll only be 8 coming across. So now we do have to watch out for Commander damage. So we do, at least, at the very least, we've got Cultivator's Caravan, which is really going to help us out. So see what this last bit is going to be. Mana Reflection. Okay. So if we're going to set stuff up next turn, do we want to go for a Magda activation right now? And then look at tapping down Cultivator's Caravan. Oh, that is a good feeling. All right, so let's get red on the battlefield. That's going to be an extra treasure token. We're going to get that Changeling token. And I think we might try to go for Coat of Arms. Yeah, let's do that. We'll see what we can assemble next turn. Okay, so we drop in Coat of Arms. We got Shapeshifter on the battlefield, and I think that's going to be it. We can still crew up Cultivator's Caravan. That's going to be 14. That's going to be 20. See what we draw into for the turn. Okay, so we can go for the Masswood Nexus activation. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. Let's crew up Cultivator's Caravan, tapping down Shapeshifter. Click OK. That's still going to give us an extra treasure token. Oh, look at this. We're going to get the crew. Oh, this is just absolutely beautiful. We will take this, swing with the entire crew. That's going to be just an, oh, look at all these treasure tokens too. We'll take it. So that's going to be an extra activation we can go for. I'm just going to drop them down to -14. So, hey, good game to our buddy Tribal Kai. Feels nice to be able to get the Magda treasure trove going. But anyway, not EDH, the EDH Lounge. It's coming. It's, you know, when you have a child, it's hard to balance channel life and family life. But now we're kind of getting into some sort of balance. And so, anyway, if you're looking for the lounge, it's on the way. We got some stuff working. So anyways, if you enjoyed the video, hey, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Magda. As far as our opening hand goes, yes, we will keep on this one. We've got Thrill of Possibility. We've got 2 Dwarfs in our hand, and we do have Mox Opal. We will certainly take that. But yes, welcome to Magda's Treasure Trove, or whatever we're doing today. I'm excited. So let's go and lead off with Mountain. And I think we just end up going Universal Automaton. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's get Magda pop back up, and then anything else pass the turn to our opponent. We're playing Magda, Brazen Outlaw. Other dwarfs you control get +1/+0. Then whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, create a treasure token. Then for an activated ability, sacrifice 5 treasures, search your library for an artifact or dragon card, put that card on the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Playing gets Meren. And that is going to be Meren. And actually, we might trade with Universal Automaton. I mean, we'll get a treasure token for our trouble. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go Magda. That's going to be a 2/1. If they want to get rid of Dryad Arbor, we certainly can. Let's go and push in with the Universal Automaton. It's going to give us a treasure token. We'll see. All right, no blocks on Dryad Arbor. We like that. It's going to put them down to 28. Let's go for Mox Opal. Yeah, and we need to dig. So let's go ahead and go treasure token. We'll go Mox Opal. Oh, let's hit cancel. Let's do this first. There we go. Got the mana first. Okay. And then let's go for Thrill of Possibility. Let's discard Mountain card. And yeah, there we go. We like that. Anything else pass the turn to our opponent. Playing gets Meren. Whenever another creature you control dies, you get an experience counter. Then at the beginning of your end step, choose target creature card in your graveyard. If that card's converted mana cost is less than or equal to the number of experience counters you have, return it to the battlefield. Otherwise, put it into your hand. So we did cover both commanders. I'll give a quick shout out to our sponsors, TCG Player. If you go to bit.ly/JoltMTG, that's going to apply my affiliate link. So if you're in the market for some new cards, hey, consider using that link. Costs you nothing, and it helps support the channel. If you do use it, much obliged. I certainly appreciate it. Also, let's give a quick shout out to MTGOTraders. If you want to play the brand new set online, they've got you covered. They have all the new cards in stock. Also, let's give a quick shout out to inkgaming.com. If you go to inkgaming.com/Jolt, that's going to get you 10% off of your order for gaming accessories. And that includes play mats, but no propane accessories. Yeah, I know, the outrage. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you like to directly support cool content like this, there's a link down in the description below. But if you're keeping score at home, as you should, it is officially free time, so let's have some fun. We're off to a pretty good start. We've got some good stuff. We've got Metallic Mimic coming down next turn. We've got Sylvan Safekeeper. We might swing in with the crew. Ooh, Dwarven Recruiter. Okay, so let's lead off with Mountain. And then we go Metallic Mimic. And we're going to choose Dwarf on this one. Yes, click Dwarf. That's going to turn on Metalcraft for Mox Opal. Let's go for 7 Dwarfs. We'll get 7 Dwarfs on the battlefield. And then do we want to push in to get an extra treasure token? I think we might do that. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to get 2 treasure tokens. We want to be pretty aggressive with this deck. So let's go and push in for 2. If they want to make any trades, they certainly can. But at least we're going to get these treasure tokens on the back end. And then, yeah, there's nothing else that we need to do. So we'll simply pass the turn. Now, we do have Telethopter in our hand, which is really going to help us power out some of our activations, so I'm excited about that. Worst case scenario, if they do end up blocking with something like Sylvan Safekeeper or Tribe Elder, we either A, cut them off a land, or B, we get rid of that protection effect from Sylvan Safekeeper. So if they want to make these 2 trades, we are certainly fine with that. We've got a 4/3, so we can actually keep the 7 Dwarfs line of play going. And then that might be what's happening. There we go. All right, so they're going to go for the Tribe Elder crack. But that'll still end up being Sylvan Safekeeper, so we can make that trade. Getting in for 0, and then definitely return that back to the command zone. Yes, click OK on that. And then anything else. Looks like we're going to pass the turn over to our opponent. So, yeah, it's free time. Now, what are we doing with Magda? This is definitely a unique build of Magda. We have no dragons in here. And the main reason for that is we kind of have not necessarily a combo deck, but it's just like overwhelming value deck is what we're going for. And so what we're trying to do is get down Magda, get the treasure tokens going. If we can get Genesis Chamber going and get those mirror tokens on the battlefield, that allows us to search up Masswood Nexus. Once we find Masswood Nexus, it's going to turn all of our creatures into dwarfs. Then we need something like Telethopter to tap down all of our creatures to get those treasure tokens going. And then just really go to town. So my opponent did get Meren on the battlefield. They don't have an experience counter. So that'll at least go back to their hand. That'll be Tribe Elder. Yeah, we're okay with this. So let's see what we rip into for the turn. We can set up something, but we got 2 recruiters. There we go. So let's do this. So let's go for Magda. Let's get Magda back on the battlefield. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. And if we swing in with the entire crew, that's going to give us a lot. That's going to give us an activation for Magda to go for Genesis Chamber, which I really do like that. All right, so let's go for that. So let's go and push in with the crew. And if we lose Metallic Mimic, we lose Metallic Mimic. But we want these treasure tokens. All right, so we're going to get these treasure tokens. And one thing that we can immediately grab right now, and we kind of leave it open, is we might end up grabbing Coat of Arms. We'll see how they decide to block. If they do end up blocking, we might end up grabbing Coat of Arms. Okay, I kind of like this. So let's go sacrifice 5 treasures. We activated our trap card. Let's get to where are you? Scrap Coat of Arms. Wow, look at that. Getting in for 13. I love it. That's going to send Meren back to the command zone. And then anything else, we'll pass it. We might just end up going Coat of Arms on this one. I kind of like that. All right, so anything else, we'll pass turn. So we've got Imperial Recruiter next turn coming down. We'll have a few extra treasure tokens. And yeah, we'll be in a good spot. All right, so we're going to get in for that 13. Puts them down to 15. And then anything else, kick it back over there. But yeah, so once we get down to Masswood Nexus, we do have to be careful with Coat of Arms and Masswood Nexus, because if we get down to Masswood Nexus, I did that in one game. Coat of Arms gives a bonus to every creature on the battlefield. It doesn't matter. Coat of Arms is an equal opportunity employer, and so everybody gets that. So if you have Coat of Arms and Nexus, you're basically giving your opponents a plus, we have 4 creatures, that's +4/+4. Coming from our side of the battlefield. So you do need to be careful with Masswood Nexus and Coat of Arms. You almost need to balance one or the other, but we have Coat of Arms on the battlefield. And that's one of the good things about this deck, is that even if you're just aggressive early on, getting these treasure tokens down, simply getting down Coat of Arms, you can see we've got 12, we've got 19 coming across next turn. 25 if we swing in with Magda. There we go. We got it. All right, so I don't know how these Magda games are going to play out, but being able to grab Coat of Arms like that in a tribal deck's a pretty good feeling. So I may end up splicing some of them together. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, hey, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.